Sean, very good to see you. We start today with a great question. How old is too old for a Roth conversion? Taxes are set to increase in 2026. And even though it may not feel like it, we are living in a historically low tax rate right now. So let's talk through the pros and cons of a Roth conversion for someone in their 70s. First, the pros. If you convert your IRA to a Roth IRA, you and your beneficiaries will have tax-free withdrawals.
Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about the Roth. So just as a refresher, Erin, the money goes into a Roth after you pay taxes, but then it will grow indefinitely or as long as you're alive without being taxed. And when you take the money out, there are no taxes. Furthermore, you do not have any RMDs, required minimum distributions, on those Roth IRAs. So you've got really nice flexibility there. Furthermore, when you pass, if you leave a Roth IRA to your beneficiaries, they're not going to pay taxes on it. Most likely, for most recipients, they're going to need to take it out within 10 years. But when they take that out, they're not going to be paying the taxes. The alternative is leaving somebody an IRA. They can have 10 years to take it out, and they can pay taxes on all of that. So it's a nice gift, if you will, to your children or your grandchildren if you leave them a Roth IRA, because there'll be no tax liability.
Right. Somebody's going to pay the taxes. It's going to be you or your kids. I want to circle back, though, to that pro that you just mentioned, which is no required minimum distributions.
Right.
Tell us again why that's important. You're taking control of your tax liability.
You're taking control. That's exactly right, Erin. So an RMD with an IRA at age 73 right now, it'll eventually go to 75. But at age 73, you're going to have to start taking money out of your 401k or your IRA or your SEP or 403b, whatever it might be. You're going to pay taxes on that. There's two things going on here. You mentioned we're at historically low tax rates, which is great. I tell you right now, we're at historic lows. I believe taxes will be going up in the future, Erin. And if that's the case, you may find yourself in retirement actually in a higher tax bracket than you are today. You're going to look at your RMDs, your Social Security, your pension, whatnot, maybe in a higher tax bracket, and you're going to be taking that money out paying taxes. Here's the other thing. Social Security is subject to taxation. For every dollar you take out of your 401k or your IRA, you're going to be exposing more of your Social Security benefit to taxes. So not having those RMDs, not paying the taxes on those IRA withdrawals can be hugely beneficial. It's going to lower your costs in retirement, and you're going to be paying less taxes on your Social Security, which I think everybody would agree is a good thing.
Right. All right. Let's move on to some of the cons now, though. When you convert, you mentioned this already, you're going to pay all those taxes up front. So that could mean a very big tax bill in April.
It could be a huge tax bill. There's no limit to your conversion. So we're talking about converting from your IRA to a Roth. You can do, if you've got $1 million, Erin, you can go ahead and convert $1 million. Probably not a good idea. It's going to bump you right up to the very highest tax bracket. So the exercise that we do with clients is towards the end of the year, we see what their income is. And then we say, okay, well, here's your income. How much to the next tax bracket? So if there's $20,000, well, let's say, until you hit the next tax bracket, let's fill that up with a Roth conversion. Okay. And then we do it the next year and the next year. If you do that over several years, you determine what bracket you want to go into. Do that over several years. You can then convert all of your money typically over to a Roth.
Yeah, very strategic. All right. Our next con, uncertainty over future tax rates. They could go higher. They could go lower.
They could go higher. They could go lower, Erin. It's legislative risk. The folks in Washington, they do what they do, and they don't really care about anybody else. They just get it done. So we probably are going to find taxes going higher in the future. I'll point to the budget deficit. It is in the $34 trillion or so right now. That's a lot of money that we owe as citizens. It's over $200,000 per taxpayer. The government can't afford to reduce taxes. They really, unless something miraculous happens, everything is pointing to higher taxes in the future. So if you're able to do those conversions now at the known tax rate, which we know is low, it should benefit you in the future because all indications are pointing to higher taxes.
All right, Sean. So brass tacks. If I am 70 years old and I can pay that tax bill in cash right now, is the answer a yes? And at what age does that yes become a no?
There's no answer for that. Terrible question, Erin. I don't know. It's all situational. And we go to this a lot, but it's all situational. If you're 70 and you can afford to do it and it makes sense, sure, go ahead and do it. If you're 75 and you can afford to do it and it forecasts appropriately and it works for you, sure, go ahead and do it. It's all situational. There's no right dollar amount. There's no right age. You've got to sit with an advisor. You've got to look at what you have now, what your spending pattern is, how long your life expectation is, and then make an educated decision. You can't just answer, is it okay to do it at 70 with a certain amount of money?
Right.
Talk with an advisor and explore all the options and make an educated decision.
Absolutely. It requires a conversation. So, Sean, if somebody would like to talk through and crunch the numbers with you, how can they reach you?
Give us a call, please. It's 603-715-2335. You can go to our website and get more information and book an appointment there as well. That's daviswealthmgmt.com.
All right, Sean, thank you.
Thank you, Erin.